The rise of sacred union. Why relationships are the portal to ascension right now. Hello and welcome, Prophecy Walkers. This is Hazel from Prophecy Walkers. I'm going to be making a little series of about 10 videos just to give you insight into some of the themes that Prophecy Walkers is all about, so you can get to know us and we can get to know you on a whole new level as we are opening up our channel again. If you've been following us for some time, you will notice that the ascension process is messy. And when you're doing it in sacred union, well, you've got double the amount, triple the amount of things to purge through, move through, express through, and so much infinite amount of gold to gain when you're working in sacred union. So I'm going to be highlighting in these little mini series of videos some of the really powerful things that I and Alistair move through, and hopefully this can be inspirational for you. So I'm going to talk into divine partnership, and these new earth codes that are revealing themselves more and more. It's getting more and more evident that more of the old life, the old way, is shedding itself, and we are moving or being pushed into, whether we like it or not, new evolutionary states that we have never experienced before. Just a couple of days ago, I had to grieve again the reality that the old life is dead, the old life is gone. All of that magic from the 80s and 90s when I grew up, it doesn't exist anymore. There's certain frequencies that were available, that time hop, and we can bring that into our medicine pouch for today, but the reality in which we're living is gone. But there is so much more available as well. And this is what I and Alistair have been working into ever since we met. And we're told by Spirit that we were here. This is our sole purpose, to live, part of our sole purpose, to live and explore and carve the pathway to say, divine relationships are possible. We've been through a lot of mess, as humanity, and how we relate and connect to each other. Goodness knows me, my experiences have been utterly traumatizing, and I'm sure I'm not the only one on the planet who has had a bit of a hard time with that. Oh, I've just realized that my mic is not plugged in properly, so just bear with me. Yeah, hopefully you'll be able to hear me a bit better now. Okay. So, yes, we are going into these the divine partnership, into the new earth codes, and what happens with that? We go into healing polarity, healing separation, and into the divine portal of conscious union in itself. And this cannot be cheated. I think previous to 2020, there was a lot of fakery around this, probably now as well. And I used to look up to teachers who I thought were living it, but it's very evident that there's been quite some veils needed to be lifted, let's say, so that the truth can be revealed. And this is about frequency. This is about noticing each other in the frequencies that we hold and connecting from that place that comes from the deep heart, that connects into the purification and resurrection of our solar plexus as light beings encoded, living in this lifetime, right here, right now. So, sacred union is a portal into ascension. I truly believe, because of my own experience, and I can only talk from there, that you can only get so far when you work on your own. This is what I have witnessed within myself. And then there comes certain portals or trials, tribulations, initiations, where it's like the universe presents to you your divine counterpart, and you have to then face another realm of fear in moving towards them as they move towards you. And because you're now functioning in this frequency, it becomes undeniable that you have work to do together. And this is where the ignition of sacred union starts to show itself to you, to both of you. And this goes beyond, I will always say this goes beyond lists and desires of who you would like to date and what you'd like in a man or a woman, because the universe is going to present you something far more unexpected, believe me. So, when you start noticing who is appearing in your life after you have been through radical transformational processes, which the world is taking us through right now, let's face it, radically since 2020, that you are on a divine relationship, not only with yourself, but if you see and notice the codes around you, and this is what I am a specialist in, helping you decode your life, and so is Alistair. We do these both in unique, profound, different ways. He does it as a man through the frequencies of the portal of the man's body, and I do it in the sacred feminine way through the portal of a woman's body. So we decode these energies and illuminate them in ourselves and in each other. So it's a very beautiful and powerful, messy, potent exploration into this new reality when we realize, yes, I am rising. I'm rising through sacred union. So let me know, let us know in the comments below, are you witnessing these energies? Are you feeling, are you sensing these energies that are available? Because, you know, can you tune into that? Can you feel these vibrations of which I'm talking about? Because we can't fake it. Well, you can if you like, but you'll only get so far. And I do believe that at the moment, the universe catches us out far more rapidly than previously. So be careful what you're toying with. Let me say that. So let me just remind you while you're listening to this video and like and subscribe, please. And by the way, we've just opened up the prophecy portal, which is our co-creation of delivering this work, opening up a community of for souls that are really, you know, if you've gone through a lot or you're ready to really activate the next level of your soul purpose, well, get right on in there. This is exactly what we're doing. And so it's exciting. So this is about really feeling that desire, that divine connection within and moving towards it without grasping it. And it's like when you start going into this relationship with this other counterpart who's presenting itself, the energies can be so intense, but in a completely different way than you've ever experienced. For me, it was such intense, deep recognition of friendship, of loyalty, of partnership, of camaraderie, as well as all of the other twinkles of desire that were available, but they were not the forefront. It was really this stepping into this journey together. And this is why it's so important that each one is really taking 100% responsibility for their own life journey, sacred journey, because it will not work if you don't. If somebody is hiding, this process will start revealing everything. Trust me, trust us. We're doing it. We're going through it. We're attuning others. We're helping others attune to the frequency so they can truly not only witness these sacred union energies within themselves, but attune to a whole different frequency, aligned with their soul, their mission in this lifetime, to start calling in that soul frequency in a divine counterpart. Some like to call it twin flame. Yeah. So what happens is that this intensity and this realization of, oh my goodness, we're on this journey together. Oh my goodness, this is really super powerful. I would really highly recommend just sinking into that friendship, that camaraderie before getting anywhere physical. Alistair and I did this for almost a year before we actually confessed our love for each other. You know, we were so trying to hide what spirit was actually showing us because we thought we could do it another way. But once you realize that, you know, you've been looking your whole life for this love, and all of a sudden it presents itself to you, you're like, oh my goodness, run away, quick! It's true love, run away. So it's a kind of energy that kind of tears you apart radically exposing your truth at the same time as healing you. And I always talk to everybody who I'm working with, I always talk about this. You start to realize that you become a living embodiment of the lotus flower in itself. This is available in this lifetime. And as deep as you can root down is as high as you will be able to rise. Just got to pause it here for a moment. Oh my goodness, we were just about to run out of power then. So we're back. Anything could happen at any moment. I'm also learning how to turn up spontaneously and just be unapologetic because goodness me, we've got much more important things to deliver, like the truth of love, rather than wondering if our video is good enough. So get on in there. Anyway, so I'm really like, let's just do this. So um let's see, where are we? Yes, Alistair and I, we have walked through breakdowns and breakthroughs together. We have walked through initiations together because we walked through enough of that on our own before we even met. And this is absolutely key, that each person can hold the frequencies of their own soul codes, even if they don't fully know what it is right at that moment, that they have enough scent of their own soul path enough to meet another. I'm not saying that it's all glory and singing and dancing off into the sunset, although it does feel like that sometimes. But this coming together ignites a whole nother cleaning level that goes beyond your men's work or women's work when you come together in that true sacred union and you're able to hold that energy because you're so you, devotion doesn't even come into it because you've been shown by spirit, the universe, and that it's just there's no other question about it. You have to keep going because separation means separation in every level. And that's how Alistair and I work. When we notice that there's separation between us, we always search for the choice point to find that clearing of separation within ourselves and that choice for love again within ourselves. So that we're, like I was just about to say before, I had to plug in the computer. Being the lotus flower, you're stretching down as high as you are low, and every time you go a bit higher, you go a bit lower. And once you've ignited this way in your body, you can't escape it anymore. You're ignited, and this is part of the soul coding, the ignition of your DNA that is returning to you, that is available through your conscious evolution. And when you do this in partnership, it's well, you've got to be ready. It's really super powerful. And there's a lot that returns. There's there's past life memories, there's joint past life memories that return that show a significant decoding and recoding towards how you create your life together. And this is why I say, if you're still in looking for your sacred partner through desire or who you think you want to have in your life, you're not going to get this because it's really part of your soul coding. And and so when this is like some of the gifts that are awakened through journeying together in true sacred union, because it's not just about love. It also becomes about ascension. It becomes about creation. And it's like this love, ascension, creation that starts weaving itself as an activated DNA strand of your sacred relationship in itself. I hope you can follow me. I get quite poetic sometimes. So this is like the prophetic truth that comes alive in your system when you've met that divine counterpart and you're like gobsmacked face to face with them, realizing that there's no going back and you're taking this sacred journey together. That's what's one of the things that's so amazing about this time right now. So we're in this portal of ascension, and what is not what is not real will be exposed. And this sacred union, it's not just a fantasy. The twin flame is not just a fantasy, it's a real embodied divine portal into polarity work and healing that polarity work. And it's like I was saying, there's other timelines become available to see where you've journeyed together previously. You're healing and closing those karmic timelines, and you're opening up the golden life together. And your souls agree, and there comes these points as well where you agree again as souls to evolve through love. Before, it has been evolving through trauma, or when somebody finishes a relationship, basically the truth is that they're saying, I am not evolved enough to be able to choose love, and so therefore I have to choose separation. Now, I know there's all different types of relationships. Some are extremely toxic. Myself, I have been through 2 narcissistic abusive marriages, so I really know what I'm talking about. And this is why I recognize these different frequencies with working with Alistair are extremely potent and sacred. And working with them in these times, which we've almost been working 5 years together into these frequencies so that we can come here and deliver these gifts to you and give you confidence to know that what you're experiencing is true, it is profound, it is real, it is available for you. This evolving through love, and not just on your own, but in sacred union. And this is also where it gets really exciting, because each partner becomes a clearer and clearer a vessel. And because you're doing it as mirrors, the clarity and the clearing out, the intelligence that awakens because you're living together, you're experiencing together, you're journeying together in every part of your life opens up to a magical fairy tale, I want to say, of your own journey that you're journeying through together. And you magnify and amplify the rate in which you clear your vessel out, because you are in this evolution of love in and of itself with each other. And this is why it's such a portal to ascension. It's what is available. And it takes a lot of sacrifice as well to get there, because in becoming great mirrors to each other, it really reveals all the stuff that's been hidden and like at the bottom, scraping the bottom of the barrel that you've never been able to get before, because your divine counterpart, he holds the keys, or she holds the keys to go, okay, we're going to go through all these lifetimes together. And just when you think it's over, I'm going to appear into your life, and I've got these bunch of keys, and we're going to unlock each other. Like, that's really like what it feels like. And then it's like, are you ready to take the journey? Oh my goodness, this is terrifying. Let's do it. It's pretty much like that. And then you just keep going, and basically, and then so you're reaching your deepest shadows, but also in that you're elevating and reaching your greatest heights. And the ascension of consciousness goes beyond. It goes beyond deep, and it goes beyond high. It's like, whoa. And then because you're doing this, you're elevating and you're activating your DNA in your divine counterpart. And well, what can I tell you? Like your awareness, your clarity, your remembering, also gets highlighted and heightened. Your intelligence, your awareness of your consciousness expansion is exponential. What can I say? I can only tell you how I've experienced it. So here we go. And in that, of course, there's so many beautiful things. You know, there's a lot of sacrifice. There's a lot of really difficult things to move through. Yes. And because you know that you are there in this really strong container and this devotion to your path that is just unquestionable, you start awakening what I feel is like a living temple where the masculine and the feminine are awakening together inside myself, inside him, and together. It's like we become two and two. We become that 22 in ourselves, like the divine activation master number. And then together we become like the 44. It's like we are in ourselves creating this new earth frequency coding of community. And this is why we're able to expand, and this is part of what Prophecy Walkers is about. This is why, like, we've just opened the portal, jump on in, get on board with us, because we're going to be sharing this wisdom for you and how you can recognize this in your body, move through everything you're going through without thinking, oh my God, I am going mad, because that is what the world is showing us, but how to reap the gold, to get the gold along the way, even when it gets pretty tough at times. So, this journey about sacred union, it's not romanticism. It's actually a radical responsibility of divine remembrance. And this is where the pain becomes the portal. Like I said, you're going to trigger memories. And you're going to trigger everything inside each other. And where, for example, I'll just, talk about my past relationships, those triggers, it just elevated more trauma because, well, you need to evolve enough to be able to hold your own when you come into this divine relationship. You need to be strong enough to be able to hold the level of triggers, mirror wounds, intensity, emotional shutdown, fears, abandonment, control, all of that. All of that, which tears families apart, it tears people apart, it tears yourself apart. You need to be able to hold all the frequencies of knowing what that is within your body, seeing it in the mirror opposite of your divine counterpart, and saying, I choose love over this. Let's find a way. Let's find a way. This is not you. This is not me. Where is the choice for love? And this is where becoming an incredible decoder, which we both are, you start breaking into this next evolutionary way of being, which is part of this golden life activation, the new frequencies, the new earth frequencies. Anybody who's faking the new earth frequencies, like spiritual bypass and everything, it's just going to be like, you've got to go through the washing machine too, my friends. And so this is really like a purification process. And this pain that is the portal to this ascension, it is not the problem. It's just the ego that is showing itself. I'm ready to be cleaned, healed, released, etc. And often, it can be pretty kicking and screaming, can't it? But with the help of the divine counterpart and the divine anchoring into this soul purpose that you're both walking now because you found each other, somehow the activations and the decoding and the purpose becomes stronger and more important than choosing for separation. So, sacred union, it does activate unhealed childhood trauma. Yes, it activates the repressed feminine and the distorted masculine, and likewise. It activates soul contracts, karma, and any lineage healing. I mean, that's a lot to deal with, isn't it? That is a lot to deal with. And this is why, if you witness anybody coming out of a relationship, who you thought was, leading the way, let's say, in any kind of personal development realm, you will notice that if they immediately go into another relationship or they start talking about relationships when they've just come out of one, there's something off because when sacred union hits you, or when you start realizing it, you're struck with humility and the grace of the frequencies of love that are opening up like a portal, a divine portal into a new reality itself, that you can't just get online and talk about it. Like, this is why it's taken me 4 or 5 years to get to this point, to integrate this miracle that has happened in my life. And also for us to both move through all this excavation work that comes out as a together, as that third divine union, chalice, sacred vessel container of our relationship begins to form in the unification of us becoming together again as souls. So when these things happen, these pain points happen, just know that your relationship is not breaking you. It's breaking open the parts of you that are ready to ascend. And if you're struggling with this and you know that you are in a divine relationship and you need help with some of this, get in contact with us because, like I said, we've worked so much behind the scenes here that we can see through frequency, feel through frequency, get the codings. It's like going out into the earth grid or the light grid and connecting and seeing through the karmic realms. This is one of my specialities as an embodied sacred feminine, like an authentic one, right? It's part of my life purpose. Goodness me. It's taken me quite some uh like, whoa, it's quite a down on your knees kind of humbling experience. So, yeah, get in contact with us. And if you just want to check us out, get in the portal there, in the prophecy portal. We're going to be bringing some beautiful things in. Anyway, this wanted to be about, I was going to make this a 10-minute video, but I suspect it's a little bit longer. So this is also what this opens up, Sacred Union opens up polarity healing and ascension codes that activate in themselves within your body. And it activates the true frequencies of the feminine rising, the healing of the emotions, the flow, the presence, and the sacred masculine. Oh my goodness me. Mind blowing what is available in the masculine rising. Just mind blowing. Very different frequencies that I have ever experienced that I'm witnessing emerging through Alistair right now. Mind blowing. And this also, it's bringing stability and truth and protector energy. But when you connect together, the restoration of your divine architecture together starts forming and showing and sharing and opening. It's beautiful. So in the relationship, it's really about learning how to stay rooted and getting more rooted, like these great big divine oak trees or whichever trees you connect to, rooting deeper, 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 so that when you are triggered, you are stable and you're able to sway and understand what those polarity triggers are that are rocking your boat, swaying your tree, but you're rooted down, you're connected right into the core and beyond, so that you're able to also reach out and with those tentacles, those branches, that awareness, start connecting, feeling the dots and learning and speaking the truth of your experience together with compassion and love. I mean, this all sounds great, doesn't it? But sometimes I absolutely lose it. I lose myself because some of my trauma is so profoundly deep, and some of my trauma, particularly regarding the masculine, has been very traumatic in itself to face again with a masculine counterpart. So
The amount of strength that it has taken me, and also I think Alistair will feel the same, the amount of strength to sit in that cleansing portal is absolutely profound. And this is where you know that you see the divine, you see the God, you see the sacred in your partner through all the shadow, through all the light. And it's it's profound. What can I say? It's the most profound experience I've had in my life these last 5 years. Utterly wild. I'm certainly not the same person as I was 5 years ago. I mean, I know we change over 5 years, but this is something else. This is like absolute annihilation of who I used to be. So when we heal that polarity in ourselves, we heal it in each other and we begin to walk as sovereign creators because we start to understand what separation means. We start to understand that we are on a divine journey, a divine purpose here. And if we separate from it, we are promoting separation. Therefore, we're promoting fear and we're promoting everything that escalates to all kinds of separation, fear, war, death, etc. Misuse of this energy. So when you know that and you see this, you know that there's no other choice but to find love in everything, everything that you do. And this is where you become a true creator. And I'm not talking about being a creator on the internet or on social media. I'm talking about being a divine creator, the creator that stirs you from within because you know you are choosing that yes of love from deep within your core and you are daring to be met by the other. And this is what builds New Earth. This is what builds New Earth. We're building New Earth from the core frequency of our sacred activated being. And this is why sacred union is a portal to ascension right now. And this is why when you work with another, you go beyond and we help each other step up together, together, together. So this is why I'm saying to you, get on board with us, whether you're single or you're together. We work with both. We work mainly with women at the moment. I think men need a little bit more encouragement and there's different things that men have to work through. But really, please feel free and open to get in contact with us. So, you know that if you're watching this, this is your signal to move on to the next level, to notice that you're not alone and that we are moving together into the golden timeline. And you can join us with myself and Alistair in the prophecy portal now. Like like the prophecy portal. We are going in there together, my friends. And this is to support singles, couples, sacred leaders on this exact path of, I want to say, eternal awakening. It's like this infinity pool that opens up when you're working with divine union coding. And this is available to share for anyone because we're activated in this and we're working through this. And, whether you're working with God frequencies, angel frequencies, the deep feminine archetypal frequencies, there comes a point when all of that merges and you become one and whole and you start opening up the the unlocked codes within your DNA that have remained secret for eons. Through that unification, you open up the rainbow body. It's like through the black and the white, the yin and the yang. It doesn't just stay like that. It unlocks. You unlock each other. You exchange the keys and you open up the golden path. You open up the rainbow body. The DNA gets activated to a whole new level of reality and your life changes. So come and walk with us if you're ready to embody the love revolution. We're all going there, my friends. We're all going there. So, like, get in with us. Let's be real. We are real about this. We are real. It's happening. And although there's a lot of shadow work, there's a lot of deep stuff, excavation to go through. This is why, as partners, we master this as well, because I'm very deep in the sacred feminine, the earth, the body, and Alistair is very, his life purpose is bliss. It's joy, it's fun, it's expansion, it's going, moving so quickly through the light consciousness of the holy masculine. So together we create this reality where we can support you as man and woman in these activating these vessels that we have and opening up to the new frequencies that are available for one and all as we are bridging into this new reality together, because together we are better. So, the rise of sacred union. This is why relationships are the portal to ascension right now. So, join us. Thank you for watching, like and subscribe, and we will see you soon. Bye for now.